Season 7 of Old School Outdoors is being brought to you by Vintage Furniture.
That's a pretty buck right there.
So Mr. Greg Hall brought us down here to do some deer management.
We got a competition going, folks.
You know, this is the definition of Texas hunting down here.
Great food and great times, for sure.
So now he's leading 3-2. Oh my gosh, the competition's on.
First buck in Texas.
First buck in Texas. Squeeze the trigger. That's the one I'm looking for. Went 3 feet, straight down. Ooh, 45-70 rides again. Lord, look at the size of that one.
Well, as my old buddy Greg says, it's just another beautiful day in paradise.
Folks, that's old school right there. We're heading back to the Double G for archery season. I got a special guest from the Army Buck Hunters, Benny Reynolds and Dan McKinley.
This is the second year that Greg has put on this hunt for this Army group, and they have come to help with a management hunt.
When I met Greg at a Texas Trophy Hunters show last year, I believe down in Houston, and we got talking, and Mr. Greg said he'd like to bring out a couple more veterans to have a hunt, and Vinny and I were the lucky ones to be able to come out and enjoy it.
Well, me and Dan have both shared very similar experiences in totally different time frames.
I mean, all of us that have been in before, we all shared things. We all share similar experiences, and we hit it off right away. Like, you know, any guy that you meet that served, whether he's same branch or not, same area as you or not, it doesn't matter. I mean, you guys are you're all connected.
Well, we made it here to the Double G once again. Just got everything unpacked, carried in, put in its place. We had a good 12+ hour drive to get here, so everybody's pretty well worn out. Won't take long for most everybody to settle in and go to bed, I'm sure. We'll get up in the morning pretty early and go see if we can't see some deer moving around these areas where we got bow blinds, and maybe we'll get a good shot at a nice deer. So. Had quite a few deer that needed to be taken out, a lot of does. The doe numbers were quite high, so we've been working on does and cull bucks for the most part.
When we first pulled into the Double G, I was just blown away with the scenery. You know, this is the definition of Texas hunting down here. All the mesquite trees, the cactuses, and then we get up into the lodge, and I mean, it's everything you'd want in a hunting lodge. It has everything you need and nothing you don't. Dan is old enough to be my grandpa, but whenever we're together, you wouldn't notice that. You would think we're the same age, gone through the same thing, done the same. You would think we were on the same patrols, just by the way we talk with each other and the way we can relate with each other. So, being able to hang out with Dan is just like hanging out with another brother.
You know, everybody that's served is a brother of mine, and first time you meet them, it's like you've known them your whole life.
The first morning, we kind of get up and we do some surveying and get stuff, kind of looking to see where we're going to put these 5 new Ranch King blinds that are showing up.
Well, here at the Double G, many times we always have incidences that really make you go, now we're having fun. So the first morning we get in Old Blackie, which is a very reliable machine, and we made it a good 1/4 of a mile before it decided to just quit. Well, we're waiting for a ride. At least we got the blame thing out of the middle of the road.
You know how hunting goes, though. Something goes wrong first thing in the morning, it means it's going to be a good day.
Season 7 of Old School Outdoors is being brought to you by Wide Open Outfitters. Season 7 of Old School Outdoors is being brought to you by Vintage Furniture. orthopedic specialists of Louisiana. Wide Open Outfitters. Belt Fed Apparel. Heat Wave. And by Homes for Troops.
The first morning we get in old Blackie, a very reliable machine, and decided to just quit. Well, instead of going to number 10, which is another 2 miles away, I can see number 8 from right here, and I believe we'll try it this morning. So we went and got in the bow blind there at number 8, and the activity was hot from the word go.
First morning out, we had deer all over us. From literally when we got set up in the stand, it was within seconds we had deer out.
Well, it's gonna be hard pressed to get any better than this. That's a pretty buck right there. Got her. Got her. Oh, right under. Yeah, right underneath her. Right under her greased her belly. Right under her chest. We'll give them a second to settle down and we'll feed. And I'll hit that feeder again.
We had a doe come in, gave me a great shot, probably about 14, 15 yards. And to be able to let that arrow go, watch the deer run off, fall over in sight, I mean, it's exactly what you want. It was a great way to start the trip, and it just kind of set the tone for the rest of the days that we were here. It never let down from there. It was never a disappointment, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what, that's a fun morning. We had, what, at one time you counted 15 out here, 8 over here?
8 or 10. It was deer everywhere. Good shot.
Yeah, we got to watch her go down. She's probably 70 yards away right now. Right off, just off the road. That's handy.
She's right there taking a little nap under this bush. Houston, we have a problem. We're supposed to be at 10. This is as far as we could go this morning. Blackie decided to lay down. So I would be so grateful if you'd give me a ride to the camp. I'm gonna head on back and go get us something to ride in. This year has been something else out here. It's just, I guess it's between the drought and limited water. Food source is probably getting short also. All those things considered, I mean, these deer act as though you just don't exist, almost. Well, that acts like it's maybe just a battery problem.
Might be. Might have just sat there and drained.
Yeah, because it tried to turn over.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we come back with some cables, jumper cables, we may can jump it off. So we conclude our first morning's hunt with a kill and bring it back to the skinning rack, get her skin out and put in the cooler.
So the highlight from this hunt for me has been probably that first day in the stand, getting up in there with Mr. Greg, getting situated, and then just sitting and watching all the animals come in. It was just mind-blowing at the number of deer that came in there. So, being able to sit there and watch that, and then actually being able to take a deer from those numbers that's the highlight.
Season 7 of Old School Outdoors is being brought to you by Orthopedic Specialists of Louisiana. Season 7 of Old School Outdoors is being brought to you by belt-fed apparel.
So Mr. Greg Hall brought us down here to do some deer management. So what that means is he wants us to come down here, take out some of the doe population for him because he has an abundance of doe, and to help manage some of the genetics in his herd. So we're trying to take out spikes, slick 8s, slick 6s, old mature 8s, just trying to get that herd up to its prime. And I can tell you, it's dang close. I've seen more deer here and more bucks than I've seen in a long time, and more than I've ever seen in one place.
This is day 1 of 4 days, and
We already got two
on the ground, so I think it's not going to be a problem. Well, let's just make a long story short. We got 2 doe on the ground. But the long part of this story is we start trailing blood and stuff, and it's like, we're probably going to find these, but Mary had asked me, she's got a new dog. And Mary Lockridge, she fills up every one of these feeders. She knows most every part of this ranch. She's been on it. She said, if you get one, need a track, I need to train Truby a little bit. So we call her up and say, we got 2 of them over here. If you want to get Truby to do a little tracking, and I'm gonna tell you what, this was only the 2nd and 3rd deer that this dog has ever been on, and was remarkable. One of them we found pretty easy, but Truby had a job on the other one, but she got over it. It had crossed here and then crossed back, and long story short, good recovery. 2 in the bag. We get back to the camp, and Dan had harvested 1, but it's like Team Vinny up 2-1. We got a competition going, folks.
Things aren't good. Greg has managed to get his hunter on 2 deer, and we didn't take but 1. Man, that I don't know. You know, freak things like that happen. So we were already behind the curve. The 2nd day, got up 30 minutes earlier than everybody else, did our side straddle hops, got warmed up. Man, we're putting it on them today, and we go to the blind. This day we hunted number 7. And that blind has a really nice open area around it. We get a spike to come in, and Dan gets the opportunity to take him, makes that 60 to 70 yard run, and that's pretty much it.
He's gonna go down right there.
Yeah, he's gonna drop right there.
Yep, he's
there
down.
he is. Good hit. All right.
Our butt, I can see his butt right there.
Yeah, I can see him. Dan made a great shot. We watched him run maybe 60, 70 yards at the furthest. He's down.
I would be amazed if we don't see a bunch more deer show up now that that feeder just rolled off.
It stopped but just a short period of time, and ended up with a really nice doe comes in right close enough for to get a good shot. Oh yeah. And once again, Dan nails her. She's not going anywhere.
Yep.
When they drop into that arrow, and
Yeah.
the spine hits them,
Yep.
it's a dramatic way to get a deer. You know, the fact that they only go 3 foot straight down makes them easy to track.
It's easy to track that away for dadgum sure.
And we got our first deer from this morning.
He's right, yeah, right
Into
there.
the brush. So he didn't go far. He was a 60-yarder maybe, 60 yard after
Yeah,
we shot.
probably. I'd say about 60. Well, Dan,
Sir,
that was a pretty successful morning.
it's a great morning.
That
Great
was
morning.
good. We had a good bow blind that we were in. Good 25-yard shots. You made excellent shots. This good Ranch King feeder right here.
Yes, sir.
Brought them right in here to us.
Does the job.
They reacted real well this morning. We had several deer around us. Made the morning interesting, and we ended up with what we needed on the ground. So now it's time to go back and clean them.
Do a little work and get a little breakfast.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not sure which is more important. I think the breakfast might.
Breakfast.
I agree with that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
All right, good deal.
Just too many of them and too many does. Not enough habitat. When you get that many deer, everything's gonna drop. Everything's gonna decline. Get this dusty old doe up in there.
There we go. Lordy Booker. Well, I believe we're almost to him here, Dan.
There he is.
Mr. Dan!
What are you doing out here?
Oh, I came to see what killing something looks like.
What'd y'all do this morning? Sleep? And we conclude our second morning's hunt with 2 deer on the ground. Now look out, Greg. We're coming back strong, buddy.
Season 7 of Old School Outdoors is being brought to you by Homes for Troops. Season 7 of Old School Outdoors is being brought to you by Vintage Furniture, Orthopedic Specialists of Louisiana, Wide Open Outfitters, Belt Fed Apparel, Heat Wave, and by Homes for Troops.
So the morning of day 2, we strike out at number 5. Vinny's got 2. Dan, who went to number 7, came in with a spike and a doe. So now he's leading 3-2. Oh my gosh, the competition's on. Then Vinny was like, well, you know, Dan's leading me. He said, you think we can go out? I need to try to tie him up. I said, well, okay, but we're gonna go number 3. Number 3 is close to a water hole. These deer are coming to the water. We're going to get there early and we're going to have to leave early, so we can't be real selective. So, okay, that's the plan. This monster 9-point comes in. I thought it was going to be a trophy 8, would be right on, but it's like it had a nice 9. It could develop something later. It was not. It was probably a 4.5-year-old deer at least, but I just had to say, well, you know, my rules, I'm not going to break them. In comes this 8-point, beautiful mainframe 8, gnarled up horns, and I'm looking at his eye, and the right eye, which is who's coming in, I could see that right eye, and it was just squinty, and that's characteristics of a really old buck when they get really squinty-eyed, and this sucker was squinty-eyed. Let me tell you what, when this sucker came in, he drilled that sucker. I'm talking about put it right through the heart. He ran about 30 yards, stumbled, bump, bump, bump. Nice, good shot. That was nice. Doubled up and the double G.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
That was the toughest shot that you made. It was just a sight to see. He was happy, you know, made a good shot with quick recovery. We got in and he was happy, I was happy.
First buck in Texas.
First buck in Texas, got it at a double G. Hey, let's go find number 2. Bingo!
Yeah, boy.
And we tied now, 3-3. going into the fourth quarter.
So anybody that ever comes to Double G, if they don't have a chef here and Mr. Greg is cooking for you, well, heck, if there is a chef here, get that chef out of the kitchen and get Mr. Greg in the kitchen, because the cooking is 5-star. You don't go to bed hungry. There's no day that I've gone to bed and was thinking, man, I wish I ate more.
The food at the Double G is something beyond what you would expect. Great food and great times for sure.